Hey, it's David Farmer. Thanks for joining me for some training for Express Cash Offer. Today, we're going to focus on best practices on how to handle customers that have received an Express Cash Offer on your dealership website. As you probably know, Express Cash Offer is a technology that allows a customer to get a real offer from your dealership, and they have the ability to bring that Express Cash Offer and have you either purchase the vehicle or trade that vehicle in on a new one. Now, we try as hard as we can to make sure that the offer that we are providing to the customer is an aggressive offer, but is not going to be too high to make it outside of what the normal market value of that vehicle is. So it's going to be up to you to be able to walk the customer through an Express Cash Offer process to be able to justify the actual real Express Cash Offer, which may have to be deducted for condition or reconditioning needed. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump into some best practices on how to handle the customer for Express Cash Offer. So we're going to be looking at best practices for lead handling for Express Cash Offer leads. To give you a little bit of context, when the customer visits your dealership website, they have the ability to enter in their VIN or their plate number to start the process to get an Express Cash Offer. They may have to answer a few questions along the way to be able to dial in all the way down to the year, make, model, trim, and any options. So it will be important to make sure that all of the options are correct on the Express Cash Offer in case the value is higher than expected. With that said, as soon as they go through the process, we are going to be providing them an Express Cash Offer certificate at the point that they go through the process. We are also going to email that offer to the customer, and then a lead is going to go to your dealership's CRM. From there, we have provided best practice recommendations for different workflows in your CRM to continually communicate with that customer to ultimately have that customer come into the dealership. So we have provided an autoresponder template for e-lead to be sent out to your customer or whatever CRM that you're utilizing. And then we also recommend that you pick up the phone and call the customer as soon as that lead comes in. Now, we're going to go over some best practice recommendations on how that phone call could sound based on the customer either scheduling an appointment in the Express Cash Offer system or if they do not schedule an appointment. And then we also have automated drip marketing campaigns that is built into a workflow for the CRM communication as the customer goes forward in time. Now, let's just talk about real quick on how a phone call could sound once that lead comes into your dealership's CRM. Now, we know that about 12 to 15% of the customers that request an Express Cash Offer from your dealership website will automatically, through the technology, schedule an appointment. So in the cases that the customer has scheduled an appointment, you're going to know this by the comments section of the lead itself in your CRM. Also in that comment section, we're going to include a URL link that you can open up the Express Cash Offer certificate itself. Listed on there will be the appointment. If the customer schedules an appointment, we recommend reaching out to that customer with this potential script. For example, if the customer's name is Jim, you might want to say, "Hey, is this Jim?" Great, this is David Farmer with ABC Dealership calling in regards to the Express Cash Offer provided for your 2018 Jeep. Am I catching you at a good time? Great, excellent. I'm calling to confirm the appointment that you requested for 1:30 on Friday on June 16th. Just wanted to find out, is there any reason that you won't be able to make it for your appointment on that date? No, everything is good. Planning on being there? Excellent. Now, in order to save you some time for your visit, when you arrive at the dealership, please do me a favor and let the person who greets you know that you have a VIP express appointment with me, David Farmer. Now, I'm going to have all of your information ready to expedite your on-site vehicle inspection. and then you're going to want to, of course, close up and say goodbye. And of course, you want to call the day before the appointment to make sure the customer is still planning on coming in. You may even want to have a manager follow up behind for an appointment confirmation call. But the bottom line is that we want to create this expectation that the appointment that the customer has is a real appointment and that you are going to be prepared for the visit. What I would recommend as a best practice is if you know you have an appointment for that day, take the time, print out the Express Cash Offer certificate, and then also print out the vehicle inspection certificate that we are, or worksheet, vehicle inspection worksheet that we're recommending your dealership utilize. You have that ready in an envelope, so when the customer comes into the dealership, you can sit down and review that with them. Now, if a customer does not have an appointment, we're going to basically want to use that same script, but we're going to want to request that the customer select an appointment. One way of doing that is to use the technique where you divide the day into 3 parts: morning, afternoon, and evening. And you're going to want to offer the customer to come in right away in the day part that we're in, or offer them the next day part. So it might sound something like this. Hey, is this Jim? Great. This is David Farmer from ABC Dealership calling in regards to the Express Cash Offer that we've provided for your 2018 Jeep. Am I catching you at a good time? Excellent. I'm calling to schedule an appointment with you for your on-site inspection for the Express Cash Offer for your 2018 Jeep. Now, would later this afternoon or this evening be better for you? So in that case, I'm offering an afternoon appointment because it's in the afternoon right now, or early this evening. So I'm trying to create some urgency to get that customer to come in right away because we know that these leads are super hot. So that's a great way to create some urgency is say, hey, can you come in right away this afternoon or maybe this evening? Would that be better? Now, if it's in the evening, you might want to say, hey, do you want to come in this evening or would tomorrow morning be better? And of course, if it's in the morning, hey, do you want to come in right away this morning or would sometime this afternoon be better for you? Anyways, that's a great technique to create some urgency and to schedule an appointment and also to lock it down by creating an expectation for the customer by saying, hey, in order to save you some time during your visit, please do me a favor. When you arrive at the dealership, please let the person who greets you know that you have a VIP express appointment with me, David Farmer. Now, I'm going to have all your paperwork ready. I'm going to be prepared for your visit. For your on-site vehicle inspection. So we want to create this expectation that the customer can come in for a VIP appointment. It's going to be quick, it's going to save them time, and we're going to want to move them into an on-site vehicle inspection. So let's talk a little bit about what that could look like. Now, of course, when the customer arrives at the dealership, what we would want to have happen is they do exactly what we ask, and that is to let the person who greets them know that they do have an express appointment. Of course, that salesperson or greeter can bring the customer to the receptionist. They can call you. You come out from the bullpen or from your office and let the customer know, hey, thanks for visiting our website and requesting an Express Cash Offer. My job is to help facilitate an expedited process for you. First step is going to be able to validate all the information that we have in the Express Cash Offer system and get you set up for your on-site vehicle inspection. Please do me a favor, follow me, have a seat, and we can go ahead and start that process. And then just start your normal appraisal process, however you're doing that in your store to validate the offer. Now, the Express Cash Offer certificate that we've provided is going to include 6 general areas that you're going to want to validate. Now, generally speaking, the customer has the ability to rate the vehicle between 1 and 4 stars. And the way to validate the overall condition of the vehicle is to utilize a vehicle inspection sheet like this one here, or maybe that is incorporated into what your internal dealership paperwork is. I recommend that you walk around the car with the customer, involve them in the process, and you can look at the different areas on this on-site vehicle inspection checklist. Generally, it's going to be talking about if there's any exterior damage. Of course, a 4-star vehicle is going to have to be basically brand new, shiny paint. It's going to have no dents, dings, and scratches. Really, nothing needs to be done. If anything needs to be done, of course, we can move that from a 4-star to a 3-star. If there are some dents, dings, and scratches, of course, that might be a 2-star. And if there's current damage on the vehicle, that's going to be a 1-star. We're going to want to do the same thing for the general interior condition under the hood, any known mechanical issues. And this is generally how you're going to be able to rate these different areas on the sheet. Now, the back side of that sheet, or the second sheet in the vehicle inspection checklist, this is where you can write down any reconditioning needed, such as maybe it needs a new set of tires. Maybe there is some damage that's visible that you're going to want to write down. Maybe there's a crack in the windshield. Anything where you would have to either repair, recondition before you would go to sell that vehicle, that's what you're going to want to notice. Or if there's any excessive wear and tear, you can write that down on the back. Doing this with the customer is going to be important so you can validate that you are both aware of any reconditioning needed on that vehicle. So now let's talk about the approach on how you might want to present this figure to a customer. Now, we recommend using a 2-figure trade value presentation. One is going to be a sell it to us price, and one is going to be a trade it in price. The sell it to us price, of course, is going to be the express cash offer. The express cash offer that's provided to the customer through the technology, minus any known reconditioning items, or if you need to adjust it down based on the overall star rating. So if they're saying it's a 4 and it's really a 2, now you have the ability to deduct for whatever reconditioning is needed, and you can jot that down on the back side of this form. And then whatever the validated express cash offer is going to go on the left-hand side, and then on the right-hand side, you're going to want to add 6% to that. So, of course, they're going to have tax savings if they trade that vehicle in, and we're going to want to build upon that. Now, looking at presenting figures to a customer, whether their customer is looking at trading the vehicle in, selling the vehicle to you, you're still going to want to sit down and present the figures to the customer before you look to find a replacement vehicle. So as part of the express cash offer process, what we want to do is we want to get the customer into the dealership showroom. We want to do that on-site inspection, and we want to provide them with a validated express cash offer value. And then at that point, as a close, we're going to want to either give the customer the opportunity to sell the vehicle to us, or have the customer have the opportunity to trade that vehicle in. So again, my recommendation is to do all that first before asking the customer if they want to trade the vehicle in. Use the opportunity at this point to transition. So, for example, the approach on presenting figures to customers with the 2-number trade value could sound something like this. Hey, we have purchased thousands of vehicles from people just like you, and with the increased demand for pre-owned vehicles, your vehicle is at the highest value it will ever be. Now, we've completed our on-site inspection and have validated the express cash offer for your vehicle, and based on the current market and the condition of your vehicle and with the reconditioning needed, we are prepared to buy your vehicle for $19,700. We can pay off the balance of your vehicle if you have one and get you a check for the rest, or if you have no balance owed on your vehicle, we can have a check in full ready within 24 hours. Or you can trade your old vehicle in for a new vehicle and receive up to 6% more in tax savings. All I need you to do is give me your okay by which one is going to work best for you, and we'll go ahead and get this wrapped up for you. So with that, what we've done now is we've presented the offer to the customer. We've provided the customer the opportunity to get more if traded. We've asked the customer for their business, and then we're going to sit back and allow them to respond. 3 things are going to happen. They're going to initial off on the sell the vehicle. They're going to initial off on the trade the vehicle in, and or they will provide an objection. What's going to happen is most of the time they're going to have 3 different types of objections. Allow me to share them with you. First of all, they could say, hey, you know what? I could sell this vehicle for more myself. And you want to be able to have some words and phrases on how to be able to overcome that objection. So again, they're either going to initial off on the sell it to me, they're going to initial off on the trade the vehicle in, and you know what you're going to need to do in both of those situations. If they're going to come up with an objection, one of them might be, hey, you know what? I think I could sell this vehicle myself and get more money. Have the words and phrases to be able to overcome this objection and move the customer into making a decision on either selling it or trading it today. So it could sound something like this. Hey, if you sold your vehicle yourself, you probably could get more. You might even be able to get as much as $4,000 more than we're offering you. So in this case, $19,700 plus your $4,000, that might put you as much as $23,700. And if it were me, if I could get $23,700 by selling the vehicle myself, because I'm a professional salesperson, I would probably try to do that and pocket the $4,000. But there are some things that you're going to want to take in consideration. Number one, it takes us 3 months to sell a nice car on average. Now, I'm not saying that it's going to take you 3 months, but if it did, you're going to have some additional costs to take in consideration in the overall value. Let me ask you a question. Do you currently have a balance on your vehicle? If you do, what's your monthly payment on that loan? Say it's $350. Write that down. Take it times 3. In this case, it's $1,050. Okay, so that's going to put you at $22,650. That's $23,700 less $1,050. And if it were me, you might want to consider taking the time and taking the 3 months to sell your vehicle, and you're still going to be a couple $1,000, $3,000 ahead of the game if you do that. Now, the second thing that you might want to take into consideration is that we, as a dealership, spend on average about $1,000 in reconditioning costs and in advertising to sell a car. And you might have to do the same thing. I mean, nobody's going to want to buy a vehicle that needs any reconditioning, needs to be cleaned up. And in your case, it looks like that you're going to have to put on some new tires. So you're going to want to do that up front. So $1,000 plus the $800, that's an additional $1,800. We take that off of the previous value of $22,650. That's going to put you at about $20,850. That's still going to be $1,000 more than we're giving you, and you might want to go through the effort of taking the 3 months, spending the money to reconditioning and advertise your vehicle, putting the new tires on the vehicle, and then showing the vehicle and allowing customers to come to your home or work and test driving the vehicle for the next few months until you get it sold. And if you do, you're going to end up with, maybe $1,000 more than if you just sell it to us. Now, there is one last thing you want to take in consideration. I'm assuming that since you are looking at selling the vehicle, that you're probably going to be looking at replacing it. If you trade that vehicle in, you're going to get up to 6% more. You're going to get 6% more if you trade that vehicle in the state of Florida. In this case, $19,700 plus 6%, that's $1,182. Now, if you take that $1,180 off of the $20,006, that's going to put you right about what we're willing to pay for you your vehicle right now at $19,700. So I tell you what I would do, and what my recommendation would be, is don't wait the 3 months. Let's go ahead and trade you out of the vehicle that you don't want anyways. Let's get you into a vehicle that you do like, and we can do this right away today. So all I need you to do is let me know if that makes sense. Would you like to sell the vehicle to us for $19,700, or would you like to trade it in for a little bit more? So again, now we have some words and phrases that we can use to overcome the objections customer has. Now, I do have some additional objection handling skills that you might want to learn. Now, let's say a customer says, hey, you know what? I just need to think about it. A way to overcome that, and this is a good one for any close that you might want to utilize. If a customer is buying a vehicle from you, trading vehicle in, or if they're looking at selling the vehicle for an express cash offer. You say, no problem, I understand. This really is a very large decision. In my experience, no matter how long you wait, it's going to come down to just 3 things. You mind if I share those 3 things with you? Create a little bit of curiosity. Customer says, yeah, please do. Okay, great. So the first question is that you're going to have to ask is it the right time? Now, obviously, you've already gone through the express cash offer system on our dealership website. You've been provided that. You drove your vehicle down here. We've gone through the on-site vehicle inspection. So obviously, it does seem to be the right time for you to sell your vehicle. Would you agree? Customer says yes. Okay, great. Now, the next thing is the money right? We've purchased thousands of vehicles, like I've said, from people just like you, and we really do want to buy your vehicle as well. We feel that our offer is an aggressive offer. We think it's a very fair offer. Do you agree? Customer says, yeah, I think the money is fair. You've explained it. It's very good. So the next question you need to ask yourself, and again, this is no matter how much time you take, it's going to come down to these 3 questions. Are we the right buyer? Now, we've been here for decades. We're not planning on going anywhere soon. We've won many awards for customer service, customer satisfaction. We have a very high consumer rating on Google and Facebook, and we get this by doing the right thing over and over and over. Now, we're going to stand behind the purchase that we make for your vehicle, and we'd stand behind any vehicle that you purchase from us. So let me just ask you this question. Do you think that we are the right company to purchase your vehicle from you? Customer says yes. Well, answering yes to these 3 questions means that it is the right time to move forward in selling your vehicle to us. And my recommendation is you do exactly that. So you don't have to spend any more of your valuable time trying to sell your car. Now, what's going to work best for you? Selling the vehicle to us or trading it in and finding a replacement with us today? Another great way to overcome objections. Now, lastly, the last one that we're going to cover today is I owe more than that, and I'd have to at least get my payoff for me to sell or trade the vehicle in. So I'm sure this is an objection that you're getting a lot. Hey, I owe more than that express cash offer value, and I really need to get more than that to trade my vehicle in. No problem. I completely understand. Most customers find themselves in the same situation that you find yourself in now, owing more on your car than what your car is worth. But like I tell everybody, your vehicle's payoff has really nothing to do with the car's value. For example, if you owed half of what you owe right now, you wouldn't want half of what the vehicle is worth. You would want what the vehicle is worth, right? Of course, you don't want to have half of what the vehicle is worth. So with the increased demand for pre-owned vehicles, used vehicles are at the highest value it will ever be. So my recommendation is to trade the vehicle in right now, take advantage of these high vehicle prices, and get a car that you do want and stop paying monthly payments on vehicle that you don't want. Now, what's going to work best for you? To sell it to us today for the 19.7 or to trade it in for a little bit more? So that's another way to overcome a common objection. So today in this video, what we've done is we've worked through how you can handle the customer from the time that lead comes into your dealership CRM. With an autoresponder that's going to go to the customer, you pick up the phone, you either confirm appointment that has already been scheduled through the technology, or request the customer schedule an appointment with you as urgently as possible, like right away this afternoon or this evening. We've provided you scripts for you to be able to do that, and then we've provided a way to move the customer into an on-site vehicle inspection. Then we have the ability to do our walk around with the customer and validate that express cash offer. Once you validate the offer that you are willing to pay to the customer for that vehicle, we've created a 2-number value presentation. We've provided the script for you to be able to do that, and then understanding that the customer is going to do one of three things. They're going to initial the sell it to me price, the traded in price, or they're going to provide an objection. We've also provided the three I would say most popular or most common objections that you might run into, and a great way to overcome those objections. Those closing skills will work in many other situations that you find yourself in as a professional salesperson. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and get this wrapped up. I appreciate your time. Now, this video right here is going to be available on intice.com. We have many other videos that are available. We appreciate your time like we always do. Thank you so much.